as Quibber said, when I eventually got to high school, that was a bit of a battle to start with. I'd really have liked to have played rugby, to have been one of the, what did they call them, one of the big guys. But I was built like a matchstick man. One hard tackle and I'd have fallen to pieces. Also, I couldn't run very fast. I could run all day, but I didn't have speed. So I did the next best thing. I took up cycle racing. Mr. Toastmaster, instead of bothering with rugby, as I said, I took up cycle racing. I joined a very small cycle club here in the northern suburbs. We were called Northern Wheelers. All the members were juniors. In other words, no one was over 20 years of age. All the big clubs, the powerful cycle clubs, were all in the southern suburbs, Rand Roads, Southern Polytechnic, Belgravia, and they had lots of Springbok cyclists in their clubs. And here we were, they used to sort of look down on us, despise us, because we were so small. Anyway, we had lots of fun. What we would think nothing of riding down to Alberton on a Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon at least, to take part in either a 25 or 30 mile race, ride back to Northcliffe, and then Sunday morning we would take part in a club race, also anything between 15 miles and 30 miles. Now, equipment was another thing. Cycle racing today, I think an entry-level racing bike will cost you a minimum of 40,000 Rand. I started off with a Rally Sports, which my dad bought me as a means to get to school, not as a luxury. But gradually I changed this. I converted it into a racing bike. First of all, the mud guards came off. That didn't please my dad. Then the rubber pedals came off, and I replaced the rubber pedals with steel rat trap pedals and toe clips. I eventually put Hurrit gears on it, derailleur gears. Can you imagine? 3-speed. Wow. Now I was getting there. It was starting to look like a racing bike. And I was saving up like mad to get a proper racing bike. There is a company in Johannesburg, two old characters, Deal and Huth, and they used to build bicycles. And I saved up, and then my dad said, he realized how serious I was about cycle racing. So he sort of sponsored me. And I eventually got a Deal and Huth mare built to suit my frame, my size. It was made out of Reynolds 531 tubing, which was ultralight tubing that they used in the aircraft industry for light aircraft. And believe it or not, I had 8-speed gears on this. Wow. Now it's getting places. So there I was now. I was one of the main mono in our club with my Deal and Huth bike. We had one character in the club. He was older than the rest of us, and he's the villain in the story, Albert. Now, Albert is 80-something. He lives in Perth. I talk to him nearly every week, and he's still riding his bike. I can just imagine fighting with all the motorists. That's just the way he is. And Albert had an idea. As I said, we were juniors. We were very naive. We knew nothing about steroids and those other drugs. So Albert sat there and thinking, he was going to concoct something which he'd give to some of his friends in our club. He'd take a sip of this stuff and then you'd fly like a rocket. So what he did, he got a whole lot of packets of glucose and he boiled them up until it was like syrup. Nice sticky stuff. To that he added a large quantity of black coffee. So now it wasn't just syrup, It looked like road tar. It had the same consistency of road tar. I wouldn't know what it tasted like. So the one day, Albert also, he was a spoiled little rich boy. He had only the best bicycles from Europe and Italy. He also had the only one of us in the club, and I think the only two of us still alive today. He had sports cars, beautiful sports cars. So what Albert did, he filled a whole lot of cycling flasks with this goo. He put these flasks in a cardboard box on the floor of his car, and his father sat next to him. And what he intended to do is to come up next to a rider. His father would pass an uncorked bottle or flask to the rider, and the chap would take a swig. Now we came across a character called John Grosset, who was always yelling for water. And John was yelling for water. So they passed him a bottle. Instead of drinking it, he poured it over his head. And he immediately changed complexion. He went black. His hair was standing up in spikes. And he was stuck to his bike, touching himself to see why he wasn't getting dry, and he was getting stuck to the handlebars. Anyway, eventually he flew as he had never flown in his life before, that bike. I hate to think how had have ridden if he had taken a sip of this. But when he got to the finishing line, he was stuck to the bike. He couldn't get off. Managed to get his feet out of the toe clips and onto the ground, but he was stuck there. Eventually he managed to pull himself away, and they said there was a ripping sound, like Velcro being pulled apart. And there he was on the saddle with little bits of his cycling shorts there behind. Mr. Toastmaster.